This is Chicago. Doors open on the left at Chicago.
Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Chicago.
This is Chicago. Doors open on the left at Chicago.
Welcome to Chicago.
Welcome to Chicago. We are live from Casa Humilde 7700 in Forest Park. A lively crowd here that just witnessed the Bears run out of gas. 20-17 loss. And again, a lot of it has to do with the Bears not able to capitalize on points early in the first half. There was two opportunities to take field goals. They didn't, and it cost them and bit them in the ass.
You know, there's a point in time where you have to look in the mirror and say, no. And sometimes I feel like Ben Johnson doesn't have a mirror in his fucking house to look at himself and be like, I have to take the points. I can't be this same guy over and over and over again. You deflated your team by not getting points on that first drive. You deflated your team by not taking points on multiple drives after that. You could have won this game on a walk-off with that amazing pass by Caleb Williams, but you didn't. You didn't take the points when you needed to. You got too greedy. You got too, aggressive, and it bit you in the ass.
Again, me and JC have been talking about it for a couple of weeks now. You're in the playoffs. You take the points that are available to you when they're given to you. And Ben Johnson got greedy. Ben Johnson got overzealous. And you could have taken 6 points, had the lead at the halftime, made LA had to adjust a lot more in the second half rather than, hey, we're still in this game. We'll throw a touchdown. We'll take the lead, and that's it. And we'll worry about the Bears. They can't do much. They can't stop us. And guess what? Yeah, we couldn't stop them. We couldn't stop them at all.
No, that's Ben Johnson not having faith in the defense. And, he went out there and he gambled it all. You know what? The defense has played better. I mean, to finish the Green Bay game, the defense played amazingly. They came out today with rushing the corners and rushing the safeties against Matt Stafford. They had huge success in the first half. At that point in time, when your defense is having success, you take the points. All right? I understand when it gets late in the game. All right? It's fourth quarter. It's do or die. 4th and 1, stuff like that. Then you start going for it. Okay? But there is a point in time within the game to take those risks, right? If you're going to look at me and tell me, oh, I'm Mr. Analytics, I'm Mr. whatever, and all I do is look at the stats and, the percentages.
You'd never play football. You'd never play football then. Simple as that. You never play football.
But the percentages say take the points early, risk it in the end.
Yes. There you go.
It's again, these were the things that I have been saying for a while. Is he gets too aggressive. He doesn't call practical plays on downs where he should be calling practical plays, like the short down yardage.
He's trying to outsmart everybody.
And granted, today they ran the ball on short yards and were getting stuff, but I felt like you were running the ball so well that you could have countered in certain situations and you didn't. Regardless of that, the biggest issue is you didn't take points when they were giving you points. Your team kept driving down the football field over and over again. You have to be able to take the points. The defense was playing better than they have all season long against a number one ranked offense in the league, and you were giving them opportunity after opportunity after opportunity because you got too fucking greedy.
You're looking at, speaking about they're the number one offense, we had 417 yards to their 340. Passing yards, 257 to 229. Rushing yards, 160 to 111.
They fucking did
everything right.
Everything they had to do, they did, but except the coach decided to get too greedy, and they didn't settle for the points. You could have won the game on a walk-off miracle.
Yes.
You could have won the game on a walk-off miracle if you'd have settled for one field goal, and you walk the game off. It's Ben Johnson needs to look in the mirror and say, hey, I screwed that up.
You know what? I'm not going to put it all on Ben Johnson either, because you know what? There was a pass play at the end of the game where DJ Moore half-assed it and quit. You know what? So we can't put it all on them. You know what? There were way too many drops today. Roma Dunze had 2 to 3 drops. Colson Loveland, I understand the passes were behind him a little bit, but he had 2 or 3 drops. Missing Colson Loveland at the end of the game because he got knocked out prior to the walk-off overtime play. He got knocked out. So missing him in the overtime, I believe, hurt us a little bit. But again, even at the end, why are you calling risky plays like that? Run the ball to get yourself within field goal.
Benedict. You threw the fucking ball to your left tackle. You had a play where you threw the ball to the left tackle. And to be honest with you, these are the things that I hate. These are the things that I've been saying Ben Johnson needs to get out of his system. In the most crucial situation, you threw to your left tackle. He almost bobbled it and gave it away to the defense. He almost did.
Yeah, that was a miracle that didn't get picked off. Because the ball got knocked straight up in the air, and there was a defender less than 5 yards from getting that ball. So, you know what? Let's give it to the fans here at Casa Humilde. I mean, guys, the Bears played their asses off and gave us some special plays this season. They're giving us hope. You know, Ben Johnson, I think, is correcting the ship. I think Ben Johnson in the offseason is going to go back and I think look at a lot of his play calling, things of that nature. A lot of to do in the offseason coming up because our cap space is not very good coming up for next season. Yeah. So you know what? There's plenty we're going to talk about in the offseason, on TTNL, on True Chicago Sports Fans. But I want to go out with a positive. You know, I understand we lost the game, right? But if you came to me in the offseason before the draft and you told me Bears are going to go from worst to first in the division, you are going to have 2 fantastic down-to-the-wire playoff games that are going to have you standing on chairs, cheering, going crazy, celebrating with a crowd at a brewery that is serving amazing food. I mean, come on. We have to give it to the Bears for giving us an amazing season.
I'm waiting for Ivan. Go ahead, process.
I don't think
Ivan's trying to process.
No, I'm not. I'm like, yeah, I'm excited. There's definitely a positive. But no, you blew an opportunity. I'm not going to give you there's an accountability that they've set. There's a standard that they've set. And if they're going to set that standard, I'm going to hold them to that standard. That was bullshit. They should have won that game. They did everything they had to do to win the game, but the coach and certain other plays, like you said, DJ Moore quit in that play. DJ Moore has quit on multiple plays yes. like that. That's an issue. There's multiple chances that you had to win that game and put it away, and you didn't do it. And that's a fucking problem with me. That is an issue. You had the Rams, the number 1 offense, the team that they said were going to blow you out. You had them right where you wanted, and you just let them go ahead.
You let them off the hook.
Away. Exactly. You let them off the hook. And quite honestly, like, I'm excited. No, I am. I truly am excited. But if they're going to hold that standard, I'm going to hold that standard. They fucking blew it tonight. That was a bullshit decision multiple times by Ben Johnson to not go ahead and go after points in a game that was a dogfight that needed 3 points.
Yes.
That's my issue. Like
all of our games have come down to needing 3 points.
Yeah, and I know he's a first-year head coach, but guess what? No more. That's gone now. Now you're going into your second year, and it starts right fucking now. And if you're going to be like, hey, we're going to have this standard, well, this standard and this game is going to be the one we're talking about all offseason, because this is the game. These are the mistakes that you need to fix as a head coach to get this team where they need to be. And if you're not going to fucking do that, and if you're going to be all, well, you gotta look and say, hey, and I'm not talking about you, JC, not to throw any shade because it was a good year.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be like, oh, we're settling and it was a great year, look at that. No, I don't want to look at that shit. Where do we want to be? We're not there. That's the problem.
It's going to take lots of changes in personnel on the defensive side. It's going to take change on the coaching side of when to be aggressive and when not to be aggressive. He's got to learn that. Again, like you said, he's a first-year coach. He has made multiple mistakes, and we've called them all out on that. The problem is he continued to make those mistakes from the Packer game to this game. And you depend on the heroism of your quarterback to put on a cape and fucking bail you out. And guess what? He did.
But again,
He bailed you out again.
Again, you didn't have to put him in that situation. The situation could have been much different. JC?
Yep. I mean, listen, you know what? We can put the blame on multiple, right? Caleb threw 3 interceptions.
He did.
All right. So we can put the blame on Caleb. We can put the blame on we didn't take the field goals, right? We can put the blame on Dennis Allen calls a very bland defense. He doesn't hide things very much.
He doesn't have personnel.
The blitz at the end was so predictable.
Yes.
So
Right. And
dumb.
Puka Nacua got a
And
first
Puka
down.
Nacua,
And,
and
yeah.
it was like right over the blitzer. That's where they were going. Look at the blitzer, and that's exactly what
Right.
they did.
You want to surprise me? Drop that guy in
That's
coverage.
exactly what I was expecting. I was hoping that he dropped that guy in coverage, but he didn't, and they got too aggressive. They're matching look. I get it's part of the nature of the head coach, and you want to be aggressive. You want to go ahead and get on the opponent. But you need to be able to recognize the situation and understand, hey, man, I've been blitzing them all day. This is a blitzing situation. Let me disguise it and not blitz. Let me go ahead and disguise this and not pass the ball. Let's go ahead and bootleg with Caleb.
Yeah.
outside.
Rush 3 or 4 and drop everybody
Yeah.
else back. Protect that first down.
Where was the bootlegs with Caleb? I felt like they could have eaten with just running boot and Caleb, if it's there on the flat, if not, take the 5,
Okay.
10, 15 yards. that
How
you're gonna
about the
get.
play that Caleb bootlegs? Then he pitches at the Cole Komet 2 yards in front of him.
He's like,
Hey, how about this? Komet, turn
Go
around
and block.
and lead block for me. Like I said, there are simple things where, and trust me, Justin Fields was not my favorite quarterback. But sometimes when Caleb should take the ball and run because it is a wide open lane, he doesn't take the yards.
because he's big game hunting. He wants the big game down the field.
But you again, there's blame all
Oh,
around.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
All around there can be blame put on Ben Johnson, Dennis Allen. It could be put on practically everyone. I mean, listen, Brisker played his ass off. Byard
Best
played
game-
his
best game of
ass
the year.
off.
Brisker,
All right.
Jaquan Brisker.
Austin Booker. I mean, the guy who you wouldn't even give a rep to at the beginning of the season looks like he can maybe be a
starter.
very good starter and or top tier rotational
Yeah.
pass rusher.
Yes.
And my whole thing is, we have a lot of injuries still. Turner, who we drafted to be a defensive tackle, has been out pretty much the entire
He could have
season.
been effective. I believe
Yes.
he could have been effective if he didn't get injured.
Yeah.
Like that, he would have been very effective. He was
Right.
coming on strong.
Because Billings has been at the very bottom of like every PFF defensive tackle
Well, he
listing.
can't move anywhere. Last
No,
week,
he can't
after a
move.
while. He can't move. He's just a plug.
Yeah.
He's just a plug. Plugs don't move. They're right there, stagnant, right there, not moving. There's going to be so much turnover with this defense. I look. If you guys think the season's over,
It's just
we've only
beginning.
We've only just begun.
See, this is where my season starts to get interesting because I start looking at prospects.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That is what I do.
That's that, and with us, with TTNL, it's every year. It's draft mob. It's breaking things down. Like this has just begun, but it's a motivating factor knowing that you had this team right where you wanted. You had them right where you wanted, and I believe if they went to Seattle, they'd give Seattle the run for their money. But you making mistakes, you not realizing the situations as far as a first year head coach, Caleb Williams, I'll give him, quite honestly, I could give him 1 interception. The other 2, I could maybe not. because that last one, DJ Moore, if you're running your route and you're running it full, you might just run into that guy and he doesn't pick it up.
I mean,
I'd
have to go back to
the guy made the other one. The guy made the play because you had Loveland breaking out and he left his own, and the guy just dropped back and made a play.
Yeah.
But again, like you said, you can't have these mistakes and not capitalize on the mistakes of your opponent and expect to win the football game.
Yeah, no, I'd have to go back to like preseason. You know, when I attended one of the preseason like workouts for the Bears, I basically said like DJ Moore at times was running routes half-ass in practice, and practice turns out to be like a game.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're running routes half-ass in preseason, in workouts, and then all of a sudden you think, oh, well, this route's really not for me, or this concept's really not meant to come to me, and you half-ass it.
I mean, at this point, do we have to question that? Is there a problem between Caleb and DJ Moore?
No, there's no issue. Like personally, it's just it's.
I think it's a play calling issue.
I think so too. But you have to be 100%, man. Like if you're not 100%, I don't understand how you're not expecting that football going through the season that you've been through, knowing that he throws that ball all the time. If he sees you're open or thinks you're open, that you're not running full speed. That is inexcusable to me. DJ Moore, I don't get it. I don't understand why that play happened. Why you weren't where you need to be. Why you were running a route half-ass.
Yeah. And again, I know I'm going to rewatch this game tomorrow morning. I know you're going to be watching it again and try to break down everything that you see and criticize what players were doing what. But as bad as this taste in our mouth is,
it's not as bad. It's not as bad as like if we would have lost last week.
That would have been worse.
In a blowout, that would have been way
yes.
worse. The thing that pisses me off, like I said, it's more motivating than anything. But again, it takes those guys. It takes Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams, all those guys. It takes the man in the mirror to make the change. And if they're not out there in the offseason doing the little things, and I talked to you guys about it, if Caleb Williams isn't out there practicing basic, fundamental, like just basic stuff, drilling it, and then obviously going into more deeper routes and stuff like that. If he's not drilling the little things, and Ben Johnson isn't making adjustments to his scheme and his mentality of aggressiveness, there's going to be a problem with me. But that's the issue. You need to be able to go and take this game, put it on the mantle of your house, like literally put the score, put the final score, put everything.
This is your Michael Jordan Orlando game.
Exactly. Put it on the bulletin board. Put it everywhere you can see. You lost that game because you made mistakes. You made mistakes, and you didn't capitalize on the mistakes of your opponent. And those are the issues that you need to clean up. Whatever personnel is going to come in, the personnel is going to come in. But the foundation, the sitting point, the main point is you have to go ahead and clean up your entire attitude of how you finish football games. Because to me, even though there's miracles, there's still issues of when we go ahead and go for it on fourth down, how we go ahead and call our play calling on defense on big play situations. And then Ben Johnson, why do you even call a timeout at the end of the game to ice the kicker, even just once? Why? Like, there's still growing pains, man. It's fine. It's fine. But I'm just not going to allow them to walk away and say, hey, we're just going to pat ourselves on the back, say it was a great season, and just move forward. No.
This needs to be the Michael Jordan game, right? As I was saying, we have seen the documentary, the Last Dance, where they talk about Michael Jordan came back. He's wearing jersey number 45. They tell him 45 is not 23. He loses that game, and he goes to his trainer the very next day and starts working out for the next season. This is Caleb Williams on the Bears Orlando game. They need to be in the lab working on. Caleb needs to work on his footwork. He needs to work on his mechanics. He needs to work on a lot of things.
He needs to understand when to lay off the fucking hot hand. his balls were going straight through those receivers' hands. And I get it. You're a receiver. That's your job to catch the ball. And you got sticky gloves. But at the same time, when you're throwing 97, 98, it's going to go through your hands when it's a fucking 5-year
Catch
pass.
the ball. I don't care. Catch the
I understand what you're saying. You're a professional. Catch the ball.
Yeah.
But
But
you put some touch on it.
Yeah.
Put touch on it.
Everybody could get work. That's
Yeah.
all.
Everybody
That's
needs work.
Everybody
Every
needs
single
work.
body on a 53-man roster needs work.
Well, they're not going to, like I said, there's going to be a huge
Lots of changes.
huge turnover, especially on defense. Regardless of that, the two people that need to be maniacal, need to be maniacs, need to have this sitting with them all off season are Ben
Caleb
Johnson
and
and Caleb
yep.
Williams. You two, if Ben, you make a couple different choices, it's a different ball game. Caleb, you make a couple throws, you don't throw those picks, it's a different ball game.
Yep.
But if you want to be great, this is where you go ahead and take that next step. Like you said, Jordan came back that offseason, worked, and what did they do to Orlando in the playoffs? They swept them. They swept them. So if you're not working your ass off this offseason, there's a problem. They need to start tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Tomorrow start of day one of the 2026 season. So again, we've been hosted by Casa Humilde for 2 out of the months of the NFL season. They've been super gracious. They've taken care of us. It's a lively crowd here. Most of them have gone home, but it's been great to have everybody here. A lot of people bought merch. They bought burgers and nachos and tacos and lots of beer. And I want to give a shout out to Jose, the proprietor of Casa Humilde, who's opened his doors to True Chicago Sports and TTNL to host us here, give us that platform, able to use this beautiful space here, and nothing but love, man. Nothing but love. And going forward, we're working on this, making this our home.
Yeah, I love this place.
I love this place.
I just wish we could have got that win for everybody that was here.
Yeah,
I
mean, we got the last second touchdown in over. Yeah, and
that's not a win.
It's not a win. It's not a win. But thank you to Casa Humilde. Thank you to the waitresses and bartenders who have taken care of us, and all the fans who support us this entire Bear season.
I mean, let's give a little shout out to our fans from Germany.
Yeah,
we got 2 fans here from Germany coming in to support our Bears. How about that, guys? I mean, that is something to celebrate right there.
Yeah, boys in the back. I
mean, I don't know their names, but I mean, he was sitting here going, I think I'm gonna have a stroke.
Yeah.
Like he even said, he goes, I couldn't live in Chicago. I can't deal with this.
Yeah, well, welcome to Chicago sports. But we will be back on air tomorrow with True Chicago Sports at 7:30. TTNL will also be on right after. Big Steve should have it.
That'd be me.
Oh, it'll just be you. And then Big Steve on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So again, thank you for supporting us. Thank you for watching, listening. And we'll be back tomorrow. So bear down, and we'll see everybody tomorrow for the love of sports.
Fucking feel.